Are you hoping by using words like imbecilic, very strong language, that people will listen, that it won't just get lost in the commentary of what's going on?
That word was attached to the slogan, and it's a slogan that's been used by people of all political stripes in the US, forever wars. And the reason I don't agree with the slogan is that first of all, it's not that you're not in Afghanistan in the same way that you were 10 or 20 years ago. We had a manageable situation. We could have carried on managing it and helping the country. But it's also because in the end, and as I say this despite I've got a huge respect for Joe Biden as a president and as a person, a policy can't be decided by a slogan. It's got to be decided on the basis of a strategy. And that's a different thing. And that's really the purpose of what I was saying. You've got to, political slogans are one thing for campaigns, but when you're looking at the long-term interests of your country, when you've got a position of leadership in the world, it's important that you take a step back and you really analyze deeply what is in the interests, not just of your country and its allies, but in the interests of your own values. You've got sometimes to commit for the long term, and you've got to commit for the long term because you made a strategic assessment of your interests, and because, yes, even if it becomes unpopular from time to time in public opinion, your job then as a leader is to go out and explain why it's necessary, despite that, to hold firm. Because when you don't hold firm, then those people who are opposed to you, whether these Islamist groups or Russia, China, Iran, all of whom will move into the vacuum we've created, those people who are not on our side and who don't wish us well are going to gain by it. I'm looking around the world today and, I'm just seeing that this Islamist threat is still there. These groups are still proliferating. There are many different parts of the world getting destabilized by them. And I personally think we have an interest, Britain, the United States, our allies, in pushing back hard against this threat. Now, that doesn't mean to say you're always going to be doing, full-scale conflict and so on. But it does mean to say that you take a long-term strategic view of your interests and how to satisfy them. And that really was the purpose of what I'm writing, because many people, as a result of what's happened in Afghanistan, are going to have a deep doubt as to whether we can be relied upon. And that is not a good thing. Your friends should have confidence, and your foes should always be worried. And the trouble with this decision is that our friends are now anxious, and those people opposed to us feel heartened by it. And that is not a good place to be. There is a group of young people today who've tasted some of the freedom in the last 20 years. And I think they will find a way to reassert themselves. And I think what we've got to decide now is, and we should do this on a coordinated basis with the key countries coming together, is what can we do to help and support them? This could have turned out differently, and it should have. And I'm not criticizing people in a foolish way. I know how difficult it is to take these decisions. We made mistakes. A lot of mistakes have been made. But the fact is the country did have a chance. And it was really our own internal short-term politics in the West that has driven, in the last couple of years, us to put at risk what we gained. And I think it's only now that we're realizing in this moment of crisis exactly how much we gained and how foolish it is to lose it.